Hey, what's up guys, Eliminator 316 here, and today I'm going to be giving you my guide towards how you and your team can be the best you can be at trials. So, you know, trials are a weekly thing that happens on Fridays through Tuesdays, well, Mondays, like Tuesday nights, whatever. And I'm gonna show you guys how you could do the best you can to get to Mercury. So, number one, when you go to, this guy, get the consumables, which I call them boons: Favor of Osiris, Mercy, and Boon of Osiris. So what happens is, they're very important. I'll explain that later. Another thing that you should do, use a good gear that you want. For example, I chose Crest of Alpha Lupi because it, revives teammates fast, and it's going to be of huge help. Another thing, maps. So we know that the maps this week were rotating a lot, and I don't know if they're going to be doing the same next week or after that, but you should always be prepared. And one thing you need to do is always have a system ready for each map, a strategy, because the enemies can do different things. They could stay in their spawn, they could rush you, they could play defensive, and you should always have a strategy for that. That's at least what me and my friends do, and we get there every single week. Another thing, grenades in this are a pain. I mean, as you can see, just got completely destroyed. So as I said about gear, nothing manacles are very, very strong considering the scatter grenades. So what you should do, what me and my friends do, I don't know, a lot of people do this, but I'm just making sure. Try to inspect the people you're going up against before the match starts, and that can help you see what kind of armor they have and what you can expect from what they want to do. Another thing, do not use the Gallahorn in trials, because yes, it is amazing in PvE, but PvP, you want something with aggressive tracking like the Truth. So for those people who don't have the Gallahorn but have the Truth, that's a good, some good news for you. Anyway, back to those boons and all that. So pretty much, if you buy all three, not counting Mercy though. Well, Mercy counts, but this is not what this is for. When you get Mercy and Boon, when you win the first match, you get 3 wins. 1 because you started with, and 1 counts as 2. So that's a great way of starting off. You get confident, you're like, alright, I have 3 wins, so to go, it's all good. And yeah, that's just great. Another thing, as you see, supers are very, very vital in this game, and you need to always have a smart way of using it, especially with the person you're using it with. I've seen multiple ways people use supers. Even like, do not miss, don't think that a super is like, some supers look stupid or whatever. Like, people know how to use those things, especially like bubbles and all that. Another thing, you can get across players like this that you just saw who go AFK and all those things, but don't get cocky, because you might relax. You're just like, oh, this is easy, and then the next round, in the next game, you get like crazy players. So just keep always tension, play your best the way you can. Just ignore that it was an easy round. Just keep being headstrong. And as you just saw, snipers are going crazy right now, considering the fact that there should be a video somewhere out there on her benevolence with the crazy upgrades and all that. It doesn't really require much skill to kill people with. So my advice is, do not peek the snipers. Try not to go straight ahead on them. Try to go around, or just sit in the back wait for the point for you to capture and all that stuff. Another thing, always revive the players as much as you can anyway, because when you revive your friends, not only does that sort of give you time to breathe, because like, you're not the only one alive, it can create a distraction. I'm not saying that's what you should use them for, but it can, and it can help out a lot, especially if, sometimes your friends can be very useful when they're up, considering that, you should have a very useful team from your selection, as you just saw there. Another thing, so pretty much in trials, as I told you before, the maps rotate, and you should always try to also know where the point is, meaning that when the time runs out, where you gotta capture, because there were times where enemies would just sit in the back and we didn't know what to do, and we're like, oh, should we go to them, should we not? My advice is, don't. Just wait on the spot. That's what I do. And this brings me to another point right here. Hand cannons are very popular right now, especially the Thorn. And as you saw right there, I just took someone up. And my friend just used a super. And instead of charging in there, he took me up just in case, because things can happen with your super. Lag, glitches, all that stuff. And just for safekeeping, see, I assisted him there. He was my distraction in a certain way, and that worked out. Trades, as you saw right there. Trades happen all the time. You shotgun an enemy, he gets you back. Sniper an enemy, he gets you back. And rocket launcher an enemy gets you back. And even super sometimes. So be aware that those things can happen. Another thing, if it does happen, try to have it next to your team. That way, if you die with the guy, they could get you up. But the enemy team has to try really hard to get you there. But you know what? Besides all these things, which you should have known already, the biggest issue a lot of people have with trials is their approach to it, how they feel about it. And my friend, shout out to him, Dirt, always said confidence, don't be down, always be positive. And that's like easier said than done, but that's very, very important in trials. Be positive, because when you're positive, your team's positive, you play positive, just keep going. Even when times seem bad, when you're like at a losing streak, as you see right now, we just got one down, we're just gonna go on this like massive losing, and you might feel down, you're just like, oh, there's no way we're gonna catch up, like this is just stupid. But comebacks are possible, and that's all I'm going to tell you. And it is very hard to stay positive, but the more you try, the better it is for you and your entire team, because it motivates them and it motivates you. So as you see here, we're at 3, and my friend just got him with truth, and then they picked me up and we won. I mean, pretty simple. Comebacks are possible, like I said, so don't feel too down. What else am I missing here? I mean, yeah, just to the core of it, really, it's just the way you feel about trials, man. It gets hard. There's different opponents. You think, like, everyone's like, oh, maybe play in the night, play it in the day, people are easier. Nah, it's always random. You play with good people, play with really awful people, you get cocky. And as my friend saw there, the guy missed the Nova Bomb. It's another thing. Supers, be very smart with supers, because even a bubble can do incredible things in here, and when you know how to use something right, it helps out your team so much, just so much, especially in like the dire times. And yeah, use a preferable weapon. Try not to test out weapons in this game mode, because it's just like it's too much at stake. If you want to test out a gun, go to like control or whatever. Don't want to be mean, but that's just how it is. Another thing, when you die, don't think you're useless, because it's not true. When you die, especially when you're next to the team, like I just did, you could sort of tell your teammates what the other team's doing, what they're using, where they're going, and it helps you out a lot and causes you to win and actually just gain more communication skill. Another thing me and my friends do is when we kill 2 people, we just started doing this, we wait for the last guy to run around. Let him run around, let him do his own thing, because you guys are building up your super while he is also, but again, it's only one guy considering 2 guys, so just keep that in mind. You should try that. That's what we. Anyway, guys, it's been fun hanging with you. I hope this guide helped you out a lot. Please like, comment, and subscribe to us. There's gonna be a lot more fun content coming out, and yeah, I guess hope it helps. See you next time. Bye.